Habarigani, Mainduga Nadada. This is your brother, your elder, General Abu Amin Ra. My brothers and sisters, I want to speak to you for just a moment or two here about something that is of extreme importance to us Africans, especially those within the context of the United States of America. Listen, my brothers and sisters, there's a historical event arising on the horizon. It shall occur before 2050. It's already occurring, but it shall be made fact then. And this amazing news, this earth-shattering news, is about the demographics of the world, how they're going to change, and how they will affect everybody on the planet. Listen, my brothers and sisters, you need to think about this. Just let it marinate for a while in the place where you do your critical thinking, where you do your utmost scholarship. Some space in a room in your mind. Listen, my brothers and sisters. In 2 generations before 2050, there's going to be a major demographic shift in the world. The oppressor, the Caucasoid, the so-called white man, shall no longer be the majority in the United States and other places of the world, but they shall take their place as one of the minority groups, especially within the United States. Listen, if they are to retain the power they have over us, they must begin to make some drastic changes that will guarantee them their control over us. They must begin to lower our demographics by shooting and hanging and lynching us by their police departments and others. They're going to be less than 49% of the population, so they're going to have to kill us to keep control or utilize the police to help them keep control. Are they going to have to give it up, my brothers and my sisters? Knowing these people, if they have begun to know them, after researching on them, after experiencing them and their actions against us, these are not the kind of people to give up anything. You see, they are about taking other folks' stuff, using it for their advantage. But they're not about giving up anything. So they can control us by bringing down our population, by attacking us and filling us with fear so that we will not stand up against them. Listen, my brothers and sisters. That's one option he has. He has another option. He can let the Latinos in and give them the choice of classifying themselves as Caucasians or as blacks. What do you think most people we define as Latinos, South Americans, Central Americans, Mexico, how do you think they're going to define themselves? And when they define themselves as Caucasians, that's going to give the white man more power, give us lesser power, and not only make us the target of a white oppressor, but we will again adopt another set of oppressors, the Latinos, because they are not going to give up the privileges they get from saying they are white and defining themselves as white, so they can be treated like a bunch of niggers, bunch of Africans, bunch of Negroes, bunch of colors, bunch of coons. You can't blame them. But you see, my brothers and sisters, that's something we can do about that right now before it occurs. We can make a move right now to seize part of this land, make it our own land, a sovereign land, with our own armies protecting it, our own government governing it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have options. It doesn't have to be one way, the white man's way. Why not make it our way? Why don't we go into a deep struggle right now with the enemy, the oppressor, the exploiter, and take him before the world's court and sue him for reparations? Coincidentally, what happened to the group of attorneys, and case lawyers, and settlement lawyers Johnnie Cochran had put together to do this study on reparations for us? We've got to watch it, you know. What they're calling reparations now has nothing to do with reparations. Evanston, Illinois, giving people money to fix their homes up and this kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with reparations. Reparations mean you're guilty of genocide. And while practicing that genocide against us, you stole our ancestors' labor for 285 years, 6 days a week, from sunup to sundown, without providing them adequate pay for it. That belongs to us now that they are gone. That falls under the law of inheritance. You stole that from us, and you now have it in your banks, your businesses. Pass it on down to your descendants. But there's a price somebody's going to have to pay one way or the other, because you reap what you sow. You throw a stone up in the air and don't move, change, it's going to fall down and hit you upside the head and kill you. You reap what you sow. No exceptions to the rule. If you plant watermelons in the spring, don't go looking for corn during reaping season. You ain't getting nothing but watermelons and anything else you can steal from somebody else and claim it as your own. So, Mr. White Man, Mr. Oppressor, we are demanding reparations. Going to give you a very short time to fulfill that demand, or you're going to suffer a consequence, and then we're going to take you before the United Nations. and sue your butt for reparations. So why don't you return what you stole? Fix what you broke in us. And we can get together on this. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. It shall be one way or the other. Either you're going to listen to our demand and heed it and fulfill it by returning what you stole and fixing what you broke in us, or we're going to take it before the United Nations. And if the United Nations do not give a judgment in our favor, the real war begins. And may justice and righteousness prevail and win in the end. Once again, y'all, my brothers and sisters, peace and hotep to you.